Today I am going to be using the first week in December, which is duplicated as well in the last week of November, to set my monthly goals for finishing out 2020. I follow the MakseLife planner system, but I've adapted it to my Plum paper, and so I wanted to share today how I go about doing that. The first thing that I'm going to do today before I start working on my monthly goals is I am going to go to the back of my planner, which is where I have written out kind of a mind map of what I want each area of life to look like. So I made this little recording page, and I'm going to speed through here and look through each of my mind maps to see what I can write down to work on. I cannot take credit for this mind map idea. I actually got this idea after watching one of Plan with Lakin's goal setting videos. She has a lot of goal setting content over on her channel, so if you haven't watched any of those yet, highly recommend that you do. But I'm just going through right now, and I am looking at each category of life and seeing how I can finish out 2020 strong. Okay, now that I have gone through and looked at my yearly plans, I want to go through, and on this side I'm going to write down things that pertain specifically to the month of December, just because I feel like I add things that are like monthly tasks that don't necessarily align with my goals, so I want to make sure that both of them are represented. So dentist appointment, I don't necessarily want to write that down like underneath health, but I could write down the date nights. We do Tuesday night, so that's the 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. I like to write down the day that things are happening. Additional on my car payment, well, it's my husband's car payment. That is the 5th and the 19th this month. And I think that is it. Now, specifically for the month of December, I had a goal to read 52 books this year, and I'm way past that. So what would be achievable for the month of December would maybe be 2 books per week. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm going to go for 10 books in the month of December. For a YouTube goal, instead of trying to have like a specific number of followers that I'm looking for, I'm going to try to do something that I have control over. So maybe 1 video a week. It's kind of a busy time of year, and this is just something I do for fun. It also helps me with my public speaking goals and also my video editing goals. So I don't know, 1 video a week I'd be happy with, maybe 2. And Instagram goal, I'm going to say 2 times a week. I also want to put on here social media limit per day. Because one of my big goals for fun and recreation is creation just as much as consumption, and there's been a lot of passive just scrolling, and I'm not into that. Something in the month of December, we will probably have a family Pollyanna, but I also want to go to the drive-through Christmas light show. So those are 2 December specific. I also want to confirm Christmas plans with my mom and brother who live in a different state. I don't have specific health plans. Finances, stick to Christmas budget. And I'm going to write down the meetings. We usually do it on date night, so I'm going to put down those same dates from earlier. I would like to try to declutter Christmas because we've inherited a lot, and better organize the garage in the month of December, but that's kind of my husband's territory, so I don't want to overstep any boundaries. Now for the fun part. I have my list of what I want to write down, and I think that I want to make my week match the the setup that I have. So I have a video already on my channel about how I set up the month, and I think that I want my weekly reflection page to match. I'll go back, not weekly reflection page, monthly planning page to match. The cats are fighting in the background. It's distracting me, so sorry. But I did this in November, and it's not exactly matchy November, but like the theme was the same, dark, moody florals. So I'm going to try to use the same things here. To start off, I'm going to white out the purple areas of this week so that I can lay down the labels of the areas of life with the bluish color scheme that I'm going for. I do have 3 labels that are a little bit different than the rest because those are my areas of weakness as per the MakseLife's Life Compass assessment. And I actually put them a little bit out of order. I put work and learning on the side because I don't want that to take up such a big presence in my life/home binder. I am going to leave it like this for now because I'm not sure how much space I'm going to take up. My plan is to come in at the bottom with some of these blue. I don't know if I'll do both of them or not, but I don't know how much space I'm going to take up, so I'm holding off on that for a minute. What I want to make sure I include this month on my monthly planning page are some affirmations. I saw my friend Sarah at Sarah Cat Plans do this in one of her goal setting videos, which I will link in the video and also in the description box down below. And I just was like so empowered after seeing that. So I am going to put in some affirmations at the top first, and then I will go in with my plans. So let's do that. So small disclaimer as I get into my affirmations, I don't actually work left to right. I go random, and I don't know why. But I switched pens for a Pilot .5 just for a thinner writing utensil. And then I started out with work and learning, fun and recreation, and spiritual first because I decided to put Bible verses in those sections to encourage me throughout the month instead of a affirmation, a personal affirmation. For the other categories of life where I don't have a Bible verse, I decided to put just a short and sweet sentence to encourage myself. I don't want to take up too much space because I do want this spread to be mostly goals and not just encouragement, but I love the way that Sarah included affirmations in addition to her monthly goals to support her throughout the month. I probably should have lettered to begin with the flare pen, but now it looks kind of weird that I traced it. Oh well. I have these little squiggles that I think I'm going to put in underneath some of them. Like these ones are already long. I don't think I'm going to put a squiggle, plus I don't have that many. I only have 4 of them. But I think I want to lay these down in some places and just see what it looks like. If I don't like it, then I can just get rid of it. What started out as a length thing actually turned into me putting squiggle dividers underneath anywhere that was not a Bible verse. So I have 5 squiggles and 3 Bible verses altogether. As I was laying this down, I noticed that the gray box down here was just kind of funky, so I laid down some more of that gold washi, and then I am going to go in with my goals. So we have our goals, we have the layout, and now it is time to put them down onto paper. And so when I put my goals down in the spread, there's kind of 2 options. Either there's a checkbox option or there is like written option. I don't know how to really explain it, but there's an accountability where I have to record what was done. So reading a book, posting to YouTube, making the car payment, it's a checkbox. Sometimes if it's tied to a date, I'll put down the specific day. But here for date night, you'll notice, and I also put it in my health and wellness, I write down a date, but then also space for me to write down what was done on that specific day to accomplish my goals. I did it again right there for watching an online service. I want to make sure that I'm not just checking that I did it, but actually like, oh, what did I actually watch? Goals are down, and now I can assess what's left. There's space for both of those washies that were used in the monthly setup, and I found a gold quote in the Wild Side sticker book that I'm laying down here to kind of tie in that gold from the top a little bit better, and I'm realizing it kind of looks like unbalanced, so I'm throwing in another light blue scallop. Not to say you should just add goals to add them, but that's kind of what I did. I hope that you have a wonderful December finishing out the year 2020, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.